Let's talk BIM. Hi guys, my name is Kashmira and I'm an architect. On this channel, I talk about architecture and design. On this video, we are going to talk about building information modeling. Let's dive right into it. So BIM basically stands for Building Information Modeling. BIM has become a common terminology in the AEC industry from the past couple of years. In today's day and age, unfortunately in school, we are not given adequate information where we actually understand what is used in the professional platform. Now, before we talk about BIM in particular, let's get a little bit of information about why we went from 2D to 3D. Now, for the past few decades, architects and engineers have always used the software which we know as AutoCAD for all of their information which used to go on site. Basically, AutoCAD is a 2D software which obviously now everybody is familiar with, and through that information what used to happen is that the architect would send the architectural drawing, the structural engineer would send the structural drawing, and the MEP, which is mechanical, electrical and plumbing, would send their own drawings, and then on site people used to overlay these drawings on top of each other and try to understand where are the faults, where are the errors, and where things could have been done better. But now, thanks to 3D visualization softwares such as Revit and other softwares, we are able to resolve these issues sitting inside the comforts of our offices, or in today's day and age in our own homes. So in today's day and age, whenever you are done with the design phase of the architectural model, you directly switch into a BIM software. In 90% of the cases, I would say that majority of the industry uses Revit. I have spoken a lot about Revit in my previous videos, so if you want to go and check that out, I'll link the videos somewhere in here. Today I'm going to talk about the advantages and also the disadvantages and the complications which come in when you are using a BIM software. BIM softwares are also able to integrate data beyond just 3D visualization. It can also give information about materials, costs and specifications. Now, through this just one software and one file, we are able to generate a BOQ, and that is so helpful because back in the days when we were using AutoCAD, we have to manually go and measure the size of the walls or the floors and calculate the amount of tiles which are required, or the amount of paint, or the amount of floor finish, or the wall finish that is required. Now, in today's day and age, we are able to do it through automation, and that is such a good relief for architects as well as anybody who has worked on an architectural model before, because everyone who has done it before knows how much time consuming and how difficult it was for us to give that information. Now today we can just do it through one Revit file. Now, one thing I need to specify here is that if you are living in India, which majority of us watching this channel are, and if you are working in a small firm, you are probably still going to be using AutoCAD or a software such as AutoCAD, so you will be still doing it manually. But if you are working in a large scale firm, it will be very useful for you to learn a BIM software because they are probably using Revit today, and if not now, they are going to use it somewhere in the near future. So it will be very useful and helpful to you if you learn BIM and get into it as quickly as you can. Now, there is another software which is called Navisworks, where you are able to detect clashes. So if there is, let's say, a pipeline which is clashing into a column, or even a wall that is clashing inside a column, the software is able to give you that kind of information, and it saves you so much time on site when you are able to detect clashes inside of your computer, or when you're just sitting in office. In today's day and age, if you already have a BIM model of the building, you can even use that going further if you want to make any maintenances in the building, if you want to find out any particular area in that building where there are problems, or if in the future you want to renovate that building, it will be very useful for you. There are various BIM tools which are available today, which can also do analysis for sustainability, for lighting, and also energy analysis for buildings, and that is something that is in high demand from foreign architects in India. So there are many foreign architects which are hiring firms inside India to do these particular back-end works for them. I know it does not sound something very exciting, but if you really get into it, and if you are somebody who's very tech savvy and you really like to do technology oriented work, you should definitely consider this as an option going forward if you want to move ahead in AEC industry. I think I have spoken enough about the advantages of BIM. Let's take a look at a little bit of the disadvantages, which I think the BIM industry can do much better. Now, first thing I would say is that Revit is a really complex software for anybody to learn. So if there is a way in which Autodesk, and people at Autodesk, if you watch this video, please consider these updates. If there is any way that they can make it more user friendly and more easy for people to learn, it will be very beneficial to anybody going forward into their career. The second disadvantage is that although it is very much automated, there are still a lot of manual things that need to be done in Revit. I know there are various tools such as PyRevit and things like that which are helping people with dimensioning, but still at the same time they are not as accurate as you require them to be in when you're working on a large scale architecture project. The third thing, which I think is the most important thing, and I know it is going to happen moving forward into the future, is that I really wish BIM softwares will be able to integrate bylaws or the codes of a particular state or a particular country into the software, so that architects can be more about creativity and less so much about thinking about the codes or the bylaws or various restrictions which are placed onto the building due to the state, due to the government. I know that it will happen sooner than later, but sooner would be so much better. So I know that I have barely scratched the surface about BIM in this video, but I want to hear from you guys that was this video very helpful for you, and is it worth learning a really complex software for BIM, especially now that we are moving into the age of AI? So let me know what you guys think. As always, thank you so much for watching my video. I highly appreciate that. Please subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below and hit the like button, and see you in the next one. Bye.